I was tired of lying to people about who I was. I've spent most of my life in the closet, and I refuse to exchange one closet for another.
I was working on a story about this woman named Dewana Johnson, a transgender woman. And it's the first time I'd ever met anyone who was transgender, and I had to interview her. I was just curious because here she is, she's 6'5", she's size 13, she's dressed, she's wearing makeup, she's had breast augmentation. And it just got me curious about that whole sector of the community of why they do what they do and how, just the reasoning behind it. I wanted to understand a little more.
Darlene's really an interesting character, extremely bright, very witty, very funny. She's really accomplished a lot in her life, being a fighter pilot. She was married for 37 years as a man. She's just really done a lot of things that in my mind gave her credibility as a subject.
I agreed to tell my story. I agreed to pursue this for two reasons. One is personal, and the other is basically because of my commitment as a trans woman to my community as a trans activist. As a personal issue, it dealt with my not hiding who I was.
I worked on this story for about 5 months, going back and forth to her house, and I made her, tell me her story from the earliest childhood memories to today. I'll call her and ask her what she's doing today, just to see how her life has changed and different.
This, for me, was a decision of life or death. If I did not transition, I fully believe that I would be dead right now.
What I came away with was that is sadness. There's a sadness and a happiness with her. She's very sad about what she lost because she paid a huge price to do this.
The cost of losing my relationship with my child, losing a marriage of over 35 years.
Those relationships were everything to her, and there's a loneliness about her that I can just feel. It's palpable.
It was really hard. I've never had more doors close on any story I've ever done. Nobody wanted to be associated with her, and while they would have affection with her privately, when it came to publicly being associated with her in the newspaper, very few people would allow me in.
So many people do not know a trans person. What I am hoping for is for them to realize that we're not what people make us out to be as caricatures.
I don't expect people to embrace this choice or this lifestyle, but I guess I would hope that our community would understand this dilemma a little and just be a little bit more compassionate towards these people.
Well, I hope that people will learn from her about tolerance of other people's lives and what other people are going through internally, and not be so judgmental of people and what they're going through and judging people, because they don't know what's going on inside their lives. And she struggled with that her whole life, and really had expected to live her whole life as a man and never give in to what was inside of her, but it was killing her. It was emotionally and physically killing her.
A lot of people knew me as very angry as a man. The idea of pretending to be someone you're not weighs on you.
I think she just feels peaceful in her own skin for the first time in her life, but it just came at a cost.
The peace that I have inside, if I could have had this ever before in my life, I doubt if I would have gotten to a point that I would transition. But the idea that I was congruent, I'm cogent, I am whole, I am honest about who I am for the first time in my life, that's invaluable.
I'm hoping that our story can kind of humanize Darlene and transgender people and help people understand a little bit about what goes on and makes them do this.
And I just feel like we all have our own journeys, and this is hers.